Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing our next in the line of the Walking Dead trade paperbacks. This one will be for Volume 20, which is Part 1 of All Out War. Okay, and spoiler warning, if you guys have not read All Out War Part 1 yet, you're definitely going to want to go ahead and read it before you watch this review, this video. So, almost done, got a few more left to go. Got All Out War Part 1, All Out War Part 2, and then Volume 22 and Volume 23, and then that brings us caught up to date for all of the reviews for the Walking Dead trade paperbacks or comic book series. So, been heavily enjoying doing these with you guys. I hope you guys have been liking them. I hope you've been interested to check them out and hear my thoughts on the different sections or parts of the Walking Dead with all its different story arcs leading up from the beginning all the way through until current time right now. Yeah, so this trade right here is also one of the best in the entire series, I would have to say. Of course, because this is the actual war. So we had March to War, now we have the actual war itself, All-Out War, between the combined communities and also, Rick, you have Rick and Alexandria, you have the Kingdom, you have the Hilltop, and of course, Negan and his saviors, so to speak. So, yeah, so this one's pretty exciting. We see the battle be taken from, Rick and the others taking it to Negan, showing up at his sort of complex or whatever that is, kind of like industrial type building, and we can see him. Basically, here's a splash page right here. I'll grab for you guys to show you because it's pretty damn exciting. Is when they actually begin the attack at nighttime. Or they say, Negan, show yourself. So there's this right here. Blam, blam. And you've got Rick standing in the front right there. You've got the bus, and you've got all of them ready to start, ready to go at it, all with their guns, and they have a lot of firepower. And you basically have them calling out Negan. We find out that Negan actually has Gregory there and is willing to basically kill him, to tell them to basically, go to hell. And that he's not going to surrender, of course, as we know he wouldn't have to begin with. But he actually kicks him off, and surprising, Gregory actually survives this part, which is cool. And then you see, just the whole thing just start, and they start blasting. You've got people getting shot and just shot through the head, and them shooting members of the Saviors back, and just all kinds of chaos as you've got ping everywhere with gunshots all over the place. And of course, this draws in a huge herd of zombies, and as Rick and the group see them coming, they have really no choice but to get the heck out of there, as there's just too many coming in, to the point where they just fill the place because it's an inner city type of environment, so you have zombies everywhere. Now you have Holly, who is a character from Alexandria who we haven't met yet in the TV series, who I don't want to get into too many spoilers what happens with her in case they translate it into the TV series in some way, but basically she's pissed off at Negan and Dwight for something they did, and she wants to kill them. So she doesn't leave with Rick and the others. She drives a Jeep or something like that through their fence, knocking it down, letting the zombies in, but is captured in the process. Then we have some parts with Shiva, as we find out that she actually is killed off, or the tiger. If you don't know her, the name of the tiger is killed off in this one, which I always thought was kind of sucked. It's like she gets swarmed by a bunch of zombies. But I just always felt like I was like, oh damn it, that's how it's going to go down. So, but I think it's supposed to show us that this is a war. There's going to be casualties on both sides, and there's going to be a lot of them. Also, we have now this one's pretty spoilery here, a death of a major Alexandria character who is it's a pretty big death. I wouldn't say it's a huge death. Kind of similar to what happens with Holly. And yeah, so we've got a couple big deaths in this one, and it does add to the realism of it being an actual war, as it would kind of have to be, But just the tiger being killed by zombies, I kind of think is like, I don't know. Zombies to me, especially later on, zombies seem so weak. I always felt like tiger would just power through them, even in a herd. Like a tiger would just smash through them because they don't have a lot of musculature left. So I just kind of see it as like how could, I don't know. I just unless it's a lot of zombies, and in the trade it doesn't look like it's that many. So, but anyway, we have that, and then we have Negan who retaliates and attacks Rick and the others. Alexandria, kaboom! You've got now. This was really exciting. I remember reading the individual comic book releases of this. Here's Negan on top of a truck, and he's got a grenade, which is pretty awesome. More potty mouth funny things for him to say, especially when Rick and the others stand outside to him. And Negan says, "Are we trying to play my is bigger than your?" You know what he says, because it isn't. Yeah. Then Negan sets one of the captured people on the survivors, and you've got the grenades, kaboom! You've got guys getting their lower legs blown off, and all kinds of craziness, and then. To end off the trade, you have Dwight, who eventually turns coat, and he just blasts down a lot of the Savers, which I actually like a lot. I think it's a great sequence here when he goes, you know what? It's right here. I know it's not the best for you guys to see. He says, you know what? Never mind. And then he just grabs his gun and he just starts blasting them all down, because at that point Negan and the Saviors were really taking it to him. There's Dwight in the back, and he's shooting this guy, and he just lays them all out basically from behind with the gun. Because at that point they were actually kind of winning. So at this point it's almost like Dwight kind of saves Rick. Well, kind of, not entirely, but you just have Alexandria getting destroyed by all kinds of grenades, and there's fire everywhere, and the houses are being blown down, and it's just absolutely crazy. And then they get flanked from the side. Negan's group gets flanked by Maggie and the members of the Hilltop, who push them back. Which is also, again, very exciting. So at the end, Negan thinks he's basically won, decides to retreat because some of the gas has been leaking out from the houses and that, and you've got just fire everywhere, and obviously there's no fire department to put out the fire in a zombie apocalypse. So it's going to be just crazy. So this one is one of the most action-packed trades in all of The Walking Dead. Right along with this one, 2 parts to All Out War, part 1, part 2. They're both amazing. The climax at the end is probably the best part. But, this one's got a lot of really awesome stuff, and depending on how you feel about certain Alexandria characters, it may get you pretty good in terms of the deaths and stuff. So in terms of a score, how do I rank this one? It's just so action-packed, and it's so awesome. I guess I'd have to go with, I'll go with like a 9.5 out of 10 on this one again. Just because, I think there are better trades from The Walking Dead, but this is certainly one of the best parts of the entire thing. It's one of the most exciting. In terms of the battle back and forth and kind of the war and how it goes through, I would say it's probably better than what happens at the prison with the governor. It's just that earlier on in the series, we'd never seen anything like that, and how exciting that was going to be when we read it. And later on in the series, at this point, things have just gotten bigger. You've got more characters, you got more survivors, you just got more craziness happening, and it is really exciting. All kinds of zombies. It's it does what The Walking Dead does best. So it definitely is one of the best parts, and I can't wait to see how they translate this or adapt this into the TV series. It's going to be absolutely awesome. So 9.5 out of 10 for All Out War Part 1, and I'll pretty much call it there for the review for this one, guys. All Out War Part 2 review will be coming soon, and then once I get the other trades, I'll do the reviews for those, and that will bring us right up to date. And then in the future, I may also continue to just buy the trades as they're released and review them from there. That way I can have every part of the Walking Dead comic book series, because the individual releases are so expensive, it's insane. Like if you look at the first, there's the first trade right there, which is like maybe $13, $14 Canadian. If you get an original printing of the first issue of The Walking Dead, I looked at it on eBay. If it's in good quality, it's like over $1,500 US. It's probably close to $2,000 to get the first issue of The Walking Dead. I thought that was cool. It's like, wow. Can you imagine 5 years ago, if you'd have bought the first issue of The Walking Dead, first printing, it probably would have been like maybe $50, 60, maybe less than $100 probably before the TV series started than that. And look at it now; it's worth like almost $2,000. I was like, wow, man! If only you could know the future, eh? That would be something. If you could know what was going to happen beforehand with stuff like that, man, it'd be you just buy as many copies as you can. Wait 10 years and sell them all for like $2,000 each. Crazy. Anyway, let me know what you guys think about trade number 20, All Out War part 1. And part 2 will be coming up soon for you guys. Write your comments below on what you thought about this trade, what you think of this part of the Walking Dead comic book series. And after I'm done these reviews, I'm going to do one on my favorite trade from the series, which is going to be really hard to pick, but I will do that after. So if you guys like the video, you know what to do. Please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, please share it. Please favorite it. And if you're new and you want to see more from me, I do these videos almost daily. I say almost because I missed yesterday, and I can't do every single day, but I try. Sometimes I go for weeks on end, a video every day for you guys. Go ahead and subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this one. I'll see you guys again real soon, probably within a day or two. So it's Trev saying peace later, guys. See ya.